making chocolate mint cookie dough. My butter or margarine is not room temperature, so I'm going to throw it in the microwave for about 10 seconds. And there's food in the microwave. Who's missing food in the microwave? That's like 2 inches. That's like 2 tablespoons of food.
That's all I can eat these days.
Okay, soften. I missed that. There it is. Okay, so now I need a 1/4 cup of brown sugar. And a 1/4 cup of regular sugar. And 2 teaspoons of mint extract. Well, this is a tablespoon, so I'll just do 2/3 of it. And a 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla, which is a capful. And a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Oops, better not use that one. Just do a nice sprinkle. And a cup of flour. Now I have my 1/2 and 1/2 and my green food coloring. Maybe. Okay, grief. There, got it. Okay. Then my green food coloring. Okay. Now we're going to mix this up. This video is brought to you by our Dining on a Dime cookbook. We have quick and easy recipes your family will love to help you get in and out of the kitchen fast. Please visit us at livingonadime.com. It's 25% off now. If you run your beaters on the side of the bowl, it helps break up the lumps. All right, is that looking St. Patty's Day-ish, dear?
Yep. Smelling it too.
Okay, now, my next favorite thing, mini chocolate chips. Because you can use way less and you still get chocolate in each bite. Stir those in. Is that chocolatey enough, or do I need more chocolate?
More chocolate is always better.
Mike would agree, more chocolate is always better, huh? Or that's Mike's not agree, but that's your statement, your opinion.
Yep. I think we should ask them who agrees that more chocolate is better.
Do you think anybody else agrees that more chocolate is better?
I think it'll be close.
And here's the dumbest thing ever. I ordered these for pickup at Walmart and they didn't have them, so they mailed them to me. They spent $8 mailing me $4 worth of cookies. Okay, mint chocolate cookies. For your St. Patrick's Day party. Okay, here is... Oh, you're sniffing it. Okay, now this is a recipe test.
All right. That good?
So how many husbands get permission to tell their wives that they really think of their cooking? See. But this is a recipe test. It's mint. It's got to be good. You're the mint chocolate connoisseur, aficionado.
You
You don't actually like it?
Not too much.
What?
I'm not sure if it's the cookie. The cookie's amazing.
Of course it is. It's an Oreo.
But I think it tastes kind of like... It's a little off. Tastes too salty, not sweet enough.
Okay, let's try the next one.
Well, actually, it's butter or margarine.
Margarine.
Is it salty, the margarine?
Yeah.
Because I thought it was
salt.
Yeah, maybe it's too salt.
Okay, let's try again. Okay, so before we make the next test recipe, I want to say a little bit of something about flour, specifically raw flour. And for all of the people who are very upset and worried about raw flour, let me tell you some facts. So, I Googled how many people died from eating raw flour. 0 people they can find have died from eating raw flour. So then I Googled how many people get sick from raw flour. And what it says is hundreds of thousands of people get sick each year from eating raw flour or flour-based products. That's scary, isn't it, dear? Mm-hmm. Very scary. But then it goes down to say number of illnesses, 2001 to 2021, 752 reported illnesses from flour-related outbreaks. In 20 years, 752 people have supposedly gotten sick from flour. So let's compare this to car accidents. 42,500 people die in car accidents just in 2022. Do you think there's a real danger in eating raw flour, dear?
Probably not.
Now, of
course. Is that in the U.S. or is that in the whole world?
That's the U.S., I think.
Because I would think the flour would be more dangerous than... Yeah.
It's in the U.S. And it even says between 2016 and 2019, E. coli outbreaks linked to raw flour were 80 people. Okay, 80 people in 3 years? You don't stop driving cars. Yeah, you need to be cautious. But guys, stop letting stuff like this stress you out to the point where you just won't even eat it. I mean, if you do that, you're not going to be eating anything. Now, if you are just really, really concerned about, let's say you have a bad immune system or something, that's fine. I get it. All you have to do to heat treat flour is to put 1.5 cups of flour in the microwave for 2 minutes. And that supposedly kills everything if there's anything in there. But the whole point of this is to say 42,000 people die a year. Is that what it was? Was it 42,000? Yeah, 42,000 people die a year in car accidents. And in over 20 years, only 700 people have gotten sick from eating raw flour. And not even died.
Yeah.
Well, you don't just not go driving your car. I mean, if that's the logic you're using, then you just shouldn't even be driving your car. You should just stay home and just literally never go anywhere or walk.
But if you're worried, you can just nuke it.
Yeah. I mean, we should Google how many people die from just walking a year. Let's see. How many people die from walking each year? Wow, you gotta love AI. 7,500 people died while walking in the United States in 2022. So, if you don't want anything to happen to you, just sit in your chair, maybe have a hole in it so you can do your business and somebody can bring the thing out and just sit in your chair for the rest of your life. But seriously, guys, people comment about this stuff all the time, but I just want you to have the true perspective of how serious is this really. Also, in case you're wondering, on the eggs, some people say salmonella. People die from eating raw eggs. Do I need to Google that one too?
You tell me. I don't know.
How many people die from eating raw eggs?
You might say in the United States too.
It says in the United States, 30 people die each year eating raw eggs.
Out of
contaminated with salmonella. Out of 300 and however many, 350 million people, 30 people died.
I mean, you wouldn't want to die, but don't they, I thought they Don't they treat the eggs with something?
No.
I thought there was something they did to them.
That's why they're
in the
salmon.
US.
No.
Hmm.
So anyway, I just am not really worried about it. My chances of dying are, what, 40,000 times more getting in the car than...
This recipe, though, doesn't have eggs in it.
This doesn't have raw eggs, no.
Because we're no egg recipes, because eggs are ridiculously expensive.
To answer the question, am I afraid of using raw flour? No, I am not afraid of using raw flour, just like I'm not afraid of eating raw eggs. I mean, if they're like spoiled, I'm not going to eat them, but use some common sense, which isn't common anymore, but that's okay. All right, I'm going to test another recipe. I'm going to take 2 sticks of butter, put in the microwave to soften. Wow, oops, my bowl's still. So we got asked what happens when Mike doesn't like a recipe.
You make
so
it
now
again.
You know. So we make it again, we find another one.
Are you going to actually put that in the video?
Yes.
Yeah, she usually doesn't put in if I don't like it, which isn't very often.
I just remake the new one that tastes good.
She keeps perfecting it until it's amazing.
Well, that one had 5 stars too. So I'm a little confused as to why it doesn't taste good. So let's see. So we got our butter and our sugar. Oh, I think I see the difference here. Okay, so this one says to cream the butter and sugar. So we'll do that first for like 2 minutes. Okay, so we got our butter and sugar creamed. And so now we're gonna add, okay, so just to make sure, I'm gonna get I'm not gonna estimate. See, when we have an issue like this, I make sure that I get the exact amount. So, oops, and I still didn't get the exact amount, that's okay. I can do 2 of these. 1, okay, half a teaspoon of peppermint. And then an exact amount, except I had salted butter, didn't I?
Yeah, our butter's...
Okay, so I'm going to just use just an eighth of a teaspoon because I use salted butter. Okay, green food coloring. Ooh, wow. Okay, and then instead of milk, I'm using half and half. Because it tastes better. But you can use milk if you want. Okay, so now, oh, and then 1/2 cups. Okay, so let's try this one. Okay, here we go.
Do a little taste before we put the chocolate chips in it.
See if I waste it.
Just to see if it's sweeter. Okay. You should have me taste it. Oh, sticking my finger in the bowl.
Oh, did you stick your finger in the bowl?
Maybe slightly more. Still not too particularly great. It's like salt. It's like salt. It's a little, I don't know, it's not sweet. It's a little sandy.
The sandy is because I didn't beat the sugar and the butter long enough then. I should have beat it probably another minute.
I mean, I know the chocolate chips will make it sweeter, but I think you should dump another cup of sugar in there.
So
Sweeter's always better on candy, right?
Hold on, let me add just a little bit of vanilla and see what that does. Okay, guys, tell me how to save this recipe. I don't like it. Here, we'll have Mike put just a little bit of chocolate chips in here.
You know what would save this recipe? Pour half a cup of sugar in there and about a bottle of Hershey's chocolate syrup. Chop up some Hershey's Kisses and throw them in there, and
okay,
maybe some ground up Oreos.
Test it the same.
On the cookie, it actually tastes a lot better. Maybe that's why. Maybe are you supposed to eat it on the cookie all the time?
Mm-hmm.
It tastes a lot better on the cookie, but the cookie has a lot of sweet in it. So I'm wondering if you're not going to eat it with the cookie, maybe that's the issue. What if you ground up a bunch of cookies in there? Of course, I hate to do it if you had to have them mailed here from Las Vegas.
We're in Wyoming, in case anybody doesn't know.
Well, I wasn't too sure about the cookie dough by itself, but on the Oreo, it tastes really good. So I'm thinking that the cookie dough, if you're going to eat it by itself, just isn't sweet enough.
Would you say it's a go? Should we post this video if is it worthy of YouTube?
If I was going to eat it without the Oreo, then no.
But with the Oreos?
With the Oreo, it's good. Yeah. I'm curious if you were to like chill it or something like that. I am thinking that, I don't know. I was wondering if more butter and more sugar would add more sweet.
I don't know. Okay, guys.
But the Oreo is pretty sweet.
All right. Somebody make the recipe and tell us what you think. We're curious now because we have no idea. It's actually a fairly cheap recipe, so you're not going to maybe, what, $1.50 to make it.